right, it's time for SpongeBob SquarePants. Lights, camera, pants. Today, Wendy Testaburger, Bebe Stevens, McArthur, and Heidi Turner are stepping up for a roast battle.
Smart, sharp, and ready to turn every word into a weapon. Give it up for the girl who can dismantle your ego faster than a pop quiz. Wendy Testaburger. She's got confidence, she's got style, and she's got roasts hotter than her hair color. Make some noise for Bebe Stevens. Don't let the name fool you. When she's done roasting, you'll be seeing red. Here comes McArthur. She's sweet until the mic turns on. Then she's savage. Step aside because Heidi Turner's about to burn it all down.
All right, the roast battle kicks off in 3, 2, 1, go!
Super Paper Mario? You mean Super Paper Dialogue. This game had more text than gameplay. I was mashing A so hard, my Wiimote got PTSD. They replaced turn-based combat with platforming. Sis, nobody asked for Mario fanfiction written by someone who hated RPGs. Jumping on Goombas isn't strategy, it's new Super Mario Brothers with a script. And those pixels? Tippy, Thoreau, Boomer, half of them were just basic tools with sass. Congratulations, you invented sentient tutorial buttons. Let's be real. The only reason people still talk about this game is Count Bleck and his tragic love story. The villains had more depth than the heroes. Mario was basically a silent Uber driver for side characters. And Peach? Sis was playable, but half the time she was stuck acting like the sarcastic babysitter of the group. It's Super Paper Mario, not Peach's daycare adventures. Don't forget that flipping mechanic. 2D to 3D. Cool the first 2 times, but after that, it felt like a gimmick that added loading screens and nothing else. Also, the bosses were so inconsistent. One chapter you're fighting a giant robot cat, the next you're stuck in a dating sim with Francis the nerdy chameleon. Sis, is this an RPG or DeviantArt roleplay? Honestly, Super Paper Mario was like great story, mid-gameplay, and way too much reading. It's less a video game and more a visual novel with occasional jumping. And let's talk about Luigi. My man got kidnapped, brainwashed, and turned into Mr. L. Bro was literally the edgiest emo cosplay of himself, and yet somehow still less relevant than a pixel. The pacing? Chapter 1 takes 3 hours of dialogue. Chapter 2 is a maze of doors. Chapter 3 is literally Facebook jokes from 2007. Sis, this wasn't a game, it was a filler novel with jump button DLC. And Francis the nerd chameleon? He was the most terrifying villain because he felt too real. Anime obsession, action figures, talking in cringe text slang. Basically every dude in a GameStop line circa 2008. Peak nightmare fuel. Don't forget the side quest grind. Collect all the recipes, hunt down cards, do flopside trials. Girl, I wanted a fun RPG, not a part-time job in busy work. Count Bleck's crew had more drama than a soap opera. Oh, Chunks crying, Mimi flipping her head exorcist style, Nastasia simping for her boss. This wasn't Mario. This was Days of Our Lives, Mushroom Kingdom Edition. And Bowser? He went from fearsome villain to comedic sidekick who roasted his own allies. Bro had one-liners, but at the end of the day, he was just a giant Koopa-shaped punchline.
All right! It looks like Wendy Testaburger takes the win in this roast battle.
Guess Brains and Burns win battles. Who's next? Fine, but next time I'm turning the heat up way higher. Pfft, whatever. I'll be back, louder and meaner. Okay. But don't get too comfy, Wendy. Round 2's gonna hurt.
All right, that wraps up this round. Let's move on to the next one.
The Secret Saturdays? More like the mediocre Mondays. It was supposed to be action-packed, but half the time it felt like watching Animal Planet with terrible Wi-Fi. Zack Saturday was out here with a magic claw hand like it was the peak of superpowers. Sir, you don't look like a hero. You look like a rejected Ben 10 alien with sidekick energy. And Fiskerton? That gorilla cat thing looked like he was designed by 3 different interns who didn't talk to each other. Big, furry, confused. Basically a cryptid Chewbacca with bad posture.
Doc and Drew Saturday were supposed to be these legendary cryptid experts, but every episode was just, "Oh no! Another monster! Quick, wing it! Sis, y'all are scientists, not last-minute substitute teachers."
And Argost as a villain? This man was literally Count Chocula but with cable TV rights. He had the drama of Dracula and the effectiveness of a cartoon weatherman.
The art style tried to be mysterious, but ended up looking like Discount Hellboy meets Scooby-Doo. Every character had angles sharp enough to slice bread.
And those cryptids? You hype them up as legendary monsters, then animate them like lumpy Pokemon fan art. Bigfoot looked like he needed a chiropractor and a therapist.
Honestly, the biggest secret in the Secret Saturdays was how it even lasted 2 seasons. Nobody was watching except confused Ben 10 fans who left the TV on after Cartoon Network Fridays.
Remember how Cartoon Network tried to sell this as the next big action series? Yeah, it ended up being the next big nap time. Kids were like, cool cryptids, but got stuck watching awkward family arguments in a blimp.
The opening theme straight up sounded like a rejected Ben 10 remix. You can't just slap guitar riffs over stock lightning bolts and call it iconic, sis.
And Zach's claw power was so inconsistent. One episode he's moving mountains. Next episode he can't even grab a doorknob. Pick a power level. You're not Goku, you're just Discount Wolverine Light.
Every cryptid hunt ended the same. We found the monster! Oh wait, it's not evil, just misunderstood. Congratulations, you basically made National Geographic the cartoon.
The side characters? Zahn was just robot Komodo dragon with no lines. Cool idea. No personality. Might as well have been a Roomba with wings.
And don't forget Doyle, Zach's uncle who was just Guy Fieri in an action vest. Why did he look like he got lost on the way to a barbecue competition?
The show tried to be dark and edgy for kids, but the scariest thing in it was the art style. Every character had chins sharp enough to slice sashimi.
All right, time's up. And once again, Wendy Testaburger takes the roast battle.
All right, I've roasted my way here. Now it's time to finish this once and for all.
Final round, huh? Good. I've been saving my sharpest burns for last.
Okay, playtime's over. Final round means I'm coming in swinging.
Guess it's all or nothing now. And I'm not planning on walking away empty-handed.
All right, folks, this is it. The final round of the roast battle starts now.
The Wizard of Oz? You mean the Blizzards of Snooze? We sat through 100 minutes of singing and trauma just for Dorothy to find out. Oh girl, it was all a dream.
The cowardly lion? More like the cringy lion. Half the time he was shaking, the other half he was overacting like he was auditioning for a furry convention.
And the Tin Man, so desperate for a heart, yet dancing around like a rusty wind-up toy. Sis, you don't need a heart. You need WD-40 and therapy.
The Scarecrow? Gee whiz, I need a brain. No, honey, you need a stylist. Because that straw wig looked like a scare-hot mess.
The Wicked Witch of the West? Green skin, cackling voice, allergic to water. That's not a villain. That's a Grinch cosplay with asthma.
And Glinda the Good Witch? She really popped in at the end like, "Oh, Dorothy, you had the power to go home all along." Girl, you couldn't tell her that earlier? We sat through 2 hours of chaos for nothing.
The Flying Monkeys? Nightmare fuel. That's not family fun. That's Demon Muppets with wings.
And the wizard himself? A whole fraud hiding behind curtains. Not great and powerful, just mid and pitiful.
And can we talk about Dorothy's little dog, Toto? Yeah, he was cute, but literally carried the whole squad. Without Toto, Dorothy's just a lost farm girl with questionable shoe taste.
Speaking of shoes, ruby slippers? Sis, they're not magical. They're just glitter Crocs from 1939. Tap your heels all you want. You still look like you're late to prom.
And Munchkinland? Everybody singing, dancing, lollipops bigger than their bodies. That's not whimsical. That's a sugar rush fever dream.
The yellow brick road looked iconic, but no one mentions it's probably hot, dusty, and full of potholes. Not a magical path, just Route 66 with paint.
And Dorothy singing Somewhere Over the Rainbow? Yeah, it's pretty, but girl, you just got swept up by a tornado and your first thought is a musical number?
Also, the Wicked Witch of the East. She got like 10 seconds of screen time before getting squashed by a house. Worst villain arc ever. Instant Airbnb casualty.
Emerald City was supposed to be glamorous, but really, it just looked like Vegas with less electricity.
Honestly, the whole movie was just, Dorothy wants to go home. Girl, same. After sitting through 2 hours of singing scarecrows and flying monkeys, I wanted to go home too.
And those guards chanting "Oh-ee-ya, yo-ah" outside the witch's castle? Sorry, but y'all didn't sound scary. You sounded like clueless dads at karaoke night.
The flying broom gimmick? Cute idea, but sis, you got smoked by a bucket of water. Not a hero's blade, not a magic spell.
All right, Wendy Testaburger has done it. 3 roast battle wins in a row.
3 in a row. Guess I'm just built for roasting. Who's still doubting me now?
Fine. But don't get cocky, Wendy. Next time I'm not holding back.
3 wins, whatever. Enjoy it while you can, 'cause I'm coming back swinging harder.
All right. Wendy's on fire, but I swear one day I'm putting that fire out.
Alrighty then. That's a wrap for today. Likes, comments, and subscriptions are always appreciated, and I'll catch you all next time.